Today we're going to talk about that one time when the government disposed of dead Sasquatch. The very same time that the U.S. military worked with local Bigfoot to help the many creatures that were injured, in the same place that would be immortalized in Sasquatch lore after the Ape Canyon siege.
I've obviously heard of the Ape Canyon.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
We have.
And I knew we talked about it, but then because, from researching stuff and trying to find content that's interesting, we go through a lot, and I'm like, Ape Canyon, that's what it was called. But I had to double check and look it up.
Have we done an episode on that, or have we just brought it up?
I think we've just brought it up.
Because that'd be a fun one. Maybe in season 3 we do that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's one we could talk about for a while. There's a lot of crazy details with that.
That one's a famous one.
Mm-hmm.
This next one we're going to talk about is not so famous.
Where Bigfoot helps the military?
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's definitely not famous
Or
to me.
even where Bigfoot died during the eruption of Mount St. Helens, which if there is a Bigfoot, more than likely they would be in this area.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, and if they were near this Mount St. Helens, they must have died. Some of them, because basically it's
an odds game. Yeah.
Yeah, human that was nearby there died. All the animals died in that region.
And look, according to a graphic you posted a while ago about Sasquatch sightings, there was millions in the area that could have possibly died. So, yeah.
So it makes sense. So, I don't know why I keep saying so. Anyway, you've heard this story before, right?
Ape Canyon or the St. Helens?
The one we're about to tell.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's even more fun.
Yeah.
How do I come up with some of these stories that you don't know about? Because I've done that a couple times. And
I was recently induced into the Bigfoot belief. Like not like so recent. It's been years, but I've never looked into it.
Okay.
As much as I was focused on like spirits and ghosts and whatnot.
But the Bigfoot thing, everything I've seen, that makes sense. Yeah. Kind of like before.
Bigfoot. When I heard about Bigfoot, I was like, when you first hear about Bigfoot, you're like, oh, that's the joke, right? Haha, Bigfoot, he exists. But then like when you hear actual stories of people that have seen these things, you're like, damn, maybe this thing exists. So you go from this like where you're like, haha, very funny, yes, Bigfoot. But then you hear the experiences and you're like, oh yeah, I guess Bigfoot is out there too. So that's creepy.
That's funny because I came about Bigfoot differently. I came as a kid believing instantly.
Yeah.
And being terrified to a certain extent. So,
and then you've developed into this Bigfoot beef jerky, more or less,
Kind of. We've been branded. Stepped into the Slim Jim. Is that what it is? No.
Jack Links.
Jack Links. Okay, that's different. I was thinking the wrestler.
Yeah, you sure were.
All right. So Mount St. Helens erupted on May 18th, 1980, killing 57 people and destroying over 200 square miles of forest. Prior to the massive explosion that blew the top off the mountain.
They blew the top off that.
Yeah. I personally recall all the adults watching the nightly news to get updates on the awakening volcano that was Mount St. Helens. The scientists predicted its eruption was imminent, and locals vacillated between curiosity, fear, and distrust of the authorities. When it blew, even those that expected it were stunned. If you want to be shocked all over again, just pull up the footage on YouTube sometimes. It is crazy to see.
Yeah.
That was like the first recorded eruption, really, kind of.
Well, what terrifies me about like volcanoes these days is the people that say like if Yosemite were to erupt, it would pretty much cover us in nuclear winter
And Yellowstone.
That is the one they're talking about, right? Or what's Yosemite?
Yosemite, I think there's one there too. That's Mount Shasta's there.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I got mixed up.
Yeah,
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone is the one that would basically give us. It wouldn't be nuclear winter. It'd be just like
dust, a cloud,
stuff that's happened in past eruptions. Like when you hear about like Mount Vesuvius and a couple of others, it basically lowered the global temperatures and created famines and death and disease.
Yeah.
But
the skies would also be dark for that long too, right? Like it would block out the sun for
it would locally, but it would lower because it would get into the atmosphere like all volcanoes do. And that kind of material in our atmosphere reflects the heat out and blocks the sun. So like stuff doesn't grow the way it used to. Crops are going to fail.
The more you know.
Yeah. So that is why volcanoes are one of the most terrifying natural occurrences, because it's going to occur.
Yeah.
Just how bad it's going to be.
And where are you going to be if it does? Are you going to be alive? Is it going to be rough?